Welcome to another collection video. This collection is a little smaller than some of my other systems, but continuing on with the controller collections, here's my Super Nintendo controller collection. I mean, this is not all of them. I have two of these, and I believe this is the SNES 005. I believe the other model of controller that I have of this is I think it's the same, but maybe a later. This is the later release. I think I have an earlier release. But yeah, these are pretty reliable controllers. The two that I have, official Super Nintendo controllers that I have, both work pretty well. The D-pads are a little, and this guy, D-pad's a little worn. So that's why I bought another one at a store back in I want to say 2011 or 12. So yeah, but I mean, from what I've heard, these controllers are made a little bit cheaper and not quite as durable as these original NES controllers. But I mean, this is what I grew up with, the Super Nintendo. So yeah, great controller. This is has the dog bone shape to it. This one's yellowed a little bit, but it works good. When I noticed this guy, he was a little worn out, I thought, oh, I'll just buy some Super Famicom controllers. And at that time, all I could find were controllers that were probably $30-$40. I really didn't want to spend that for one controller, so instead I bought the ASCII pad. Great controller by ASCIIware. This company no longer makes this controller. I also have two of these as well, and they're both in great condition. These are actually made better than the original Super Nintendo controllers. Better build quality, better feeling D-pad, buttons feel nice, and just really good, really solid, kind of a clicky, almost clicky feel to them. Here's your turbo buttons. There's a turbo switch for, I think, yeah, every face button here except for like the start and select, but that's fine. Here you can turn the, if this thing will stay focused, turn the turbo off and on, and the turbo buttons are even color coded, so you can actually memorize which button, or know better which button you're turning the turbo off and on for. Here's the shoulder buttons. This controller is a little bit bigger than the original Super Nintendo controller, and it has the Japanese colors here on the buttons. But yeah, I was really happy to pick these up when I did a few years back. I haven't really used them lately. I've mainly been sticking to the original Super Nintendo controllers when I play Super Nintendo games, rather that be on my Super Nintendo Junior or analog Super NT. I really haven't played my Super Nintendo Model 1 Super Nintendo simply because there's something wrong with the power input on the back of the device. I actually have to prop up the power plug in order for it to work at all. But yeah, just awesome build quality. I almost bought a third controller, a third Super Nintendo ASCII pad, but decided not to. I thought two's enough. I guess I could even count the controllers that came with the Super Nintendo Mini or Super Nintendo Classic, but you know, those are basically the same as the original Super Nintendo controllers, so really no point in showing those. So yeah, it's quite interesting that I actually have technically two official Super Nintendos, a clone Super Nintendo. I actually almost have doubles of every retro system that I own now. I am on my second PS3. I don't really have doubles of any of the modern systems simply because there's no need to. They're pretty reliable, and they're newer, so everything works on them. There's really no issues with those. I do have a double of another system, but that has yet to be shown. I used to have it was a turbo Turbo Super Nintendo controller. I don't know if that was for the PC or what, and I forget who it was made by. I will, excuse me, look it up after making this video and put it in the description when I go to post the video. But for the D-pad, it had this like, it wasn't even D-pad. It was like, I think it was the Touch 360 or something. That's what it was called. And it didn't really even have a D-pad. You touch, it was like a touch sensitive like rubber button. It was down in the circular part of the controller, like here, like in the bed of it, and you just touch it and it would, I don't know how well it worked. We had it for years and we may still have it. Maybe if I find it I'll pull it out and show it to you guys. But yeah, the other buttons on the controller, it really didn't look much like a Super Nintendo controller, but it was made for the Super Nintendo, and there was a PC version of that controller. I only know that because a friend of mine, a former friend, had one of those in his closet. So yeah, I mean, at this time I really don't have any plans to buy any new Super Nintendo controllers or any other, unless Retrobit and Super Nintendo team up and make some new controllers. That'd be awesome to have those. So yeah, guys, I mean, game on. Enjoy gaming. I love the retro stuff, in case you guys can't tell. Oh, there's also a slow button on here too, so that's really cool. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I do thank you for watching. If you like the content that I show on this channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. You will not be disappointed. I try to upload a video or two every week. Every now and then, maybe a third video if some of the videos are short, or if I just have a lot of videos to release and kind of want to get them out there. So yeah, that's all, guys. I do thank you very much for watching.